Hey comic fans, welcome back to Comical Opinions, where we slice, dice, and serve up the latest in comic book storytelling. No capes spared. Today we're diving headfirst into the chaos, carnage, and Kryptonian drama of Absolute Superman number 9. Buckle up, because this isn't your grandma's Superman. From page 1, Absolute Superman number 9 grabs you by the collar and doesn't let go. This issue is a relentless, gut-wrenching brawl, both physically and emotionally, for the Man of Steel. If you thought Superman was invincible, this comic is here to prove you wrong, and then kick you while you're down. But before we dig in, here's a quick recap of what happened in the last issue. We got a deep dive into Superman's Kryptonian baggage and a new threat, the Omega Men. But they were at odds with the Lazarus Corporation and their peacemakers. All these forces collided on the streets of Smallville, and Superman was caught in the crossfire. These aren't your average Saturday morning type villains. They're armed, dangerous, and smarter than your average bear. Superman ended up battered, bruised, and pumped full of several bullets made of kryptonite. The issue ended when the Omega Men spirited Superman away through a boom tube to try and give him medical attention, but unfortunately, Jimmy Olsen got left behind. And that brings us to the main plot in this issue. In number 9, Absolute Superman number 9 opens with Superman on the operating table. Literally, multiple entry wounds from the kryptonite bullets fired by Peacemaker Smith, radioactive kryptonite shrapnel, and a medical team sweating bullets because anesthesia is about as useful as a lead blanket. Superman's having flashbacks to Krypton, and the irony is thick. The planet that gave him life is now trying to take it away, one radioactive sliver at a time. And just when you think things can't get worse, the equipment fries out, the doctors panic, and our boy Clark has to extract the shards himself. Now, he gets far, but he doesn't get all the way, and then the Omega Men pull out something unique, which is a weapon of last resort, if you will, to help him finish the job. It's something they call a father box. Meanwhile, Lois Lane is now a prisoner of the Lazarus Corporation after her seeming treason and betrayal in Smallville. And here she proves she's got more backbone than half the Justice League combined, facing off against Ra's al Ghul, who's the Lazarus Corp's boss. Ra's is cool, calm, and creepier than a Gotham alley at midnight. He's got Lois's dad in his pocket because Lois's father wears prosthetic legs courtesy of Lazarus Corporation, and he's not afraid to play dirty by using those legs as leverage. Fast forward a few weeks later, after Clark's surgery, if you want to call it that, to Karachi, Pakistan. The Omega Men attack a Lazarus Corporation embassy, and Superman, now miraculously patched up, well, mostly, jumps into the fray. The Omega Men accuse Lazarus of mass murder and lies, and Superman's caught in the middle of the conflict, torn between his lone wolf instincts and the need to save innocent lives. Here, the action is fairly explosive, but it's Superman's moral dilemma that steals the show. Does he trust the Omega Men now that they're on what could be a murderous rampage, or does he go it alone, feeling like he can't be associated with a group that is basically turning more terrorist than activist? Spoiler, he chooses to save the innocents because at the end of the day, that's what Superman does, even when the odds are stacked higher than a pile of unread back issues. And that's the main story, so let's talk art. The issue is a feast for the eyes. The facial expressions, fantastic. You can see every ounce of pain, resolve, and those oh crap panic moments in Superman's face. The action is kinetic, the colors are moody, purples, reds, all the emotional bruising you could want. Omega Men look slick with their menacing armor, and every panel feels alive. Rafa Sandoval, who's the main artist on this book, did a fantastic job. Let's talk about the character work from the writer, who is Jason Aaron. Superman's vulnerability is front and center, and it works. He's not just a flying tank, he's a guy with scars, regrets, and a home planet that just won't quit haunting him. Lois is as sharp as ever, and she really shows some strength here. And Ra's is particularly sinister. The Omega Men blur the line between hero and villain to create a lot of moral complexity and drama, and it fits the story perfectly. This is the kind of storytelling Jason Aaron should have been doing since issue 1. The fact that it took this long to get here may be a detriment to the title because some readers have dropped off, but now that he's here, if he can keep it up, he's going to be in great shape for the rest of the series. So what are the big positives of Absolute Superman number 9? The comic doesn't shy away from showing Superman's pain and vulnerability, which makes him feel more human than ever and raises the stakes to a whole new level. The art is a knockout. Every emotion, every action sequence, every burst of color is used to maximum effect, pulling you right into the chaos. Dialogue, especially between Lois and Ra's al Ghul, crackles with tension and wit, making their scenes some of the most memorable in the book. The pacing is razor sharp, juggling multiple storylines without ever losing momentum, and the reveal of the Omega Men's true nature, if you want to call it that, gives the story a moral complexity that sticks with you long after you've closed the issue. So what didn't work about this issue? Of course, it's not all sunshine and super punches. Sometimes Superman's internal monologue lays things on a bit thick, spelling out themes that the art and action already make clear. The transition from Superman's brutal surgery to him leaping back into battle feels a bit too quick, glossing over what could have been a fascinating recovery arc. And while the Omega Men look fantastic, their motivations aren't as fleshed out as they could be, making their sudden alliance with Superman feel a little rushed. Final thoughts, what do we think about Absolute Superman number 9? It's at its best when Jason Aaron keeps the focus on Superman himself. The more time we spend in Clark's head and less on world building for side characters, the better the story gets. This issue is a visual and emotional knockout. Therefore, Absolute Superman number 9 from DC Comics earns a 9 out of 10. This was really a standout issue for this series. And if you want more sharp, critical, and witty takes on the latest comics, don't forget to smash that like button, drop your hottest Superman opinion. Let me know if you have the same opinion about this issue as I have in the comments below, and subscribe to Comical Opinions for more truth, justice, and unrelenting reviews. Until next time, keep reading, keep questioning, and never trust a billionaire with a Lazarus.